So if you want to make more money with Amazon KDP, then watch this video because I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. So if you are new to the channel, my name is Sean. I've helped over 1,700 people make money with Amazon KDP. So if you want no BS publishing advice from someone who is actually doing it, then make sure to subscribe. All right, so this is a subscriber book review series that I do often where I analyze and critique your books that you submitted to me and basically tell you exactly what you need to do to get more sales. Now, if you want me to review your books on videos like this in the future, then you can follow me on Instagram at SeanDoe13 and DM me your book. But to be completely honest, the wait list is probably like a year long for me to get around to your book at this point because I got so many people messaging me regarding this. So I don't know when I'll get to it, but if you want to try, you can DM me your book. With that being said, let's get right into the first one. So the first one is Gut Health Guide for IBS, a holistic approach for all ages, tips on gluten, onion, garlic-free diet, mindset, exercises, time, and stress management with natural remedies. So I do like that you expanded the subtitles. So, you've added a lot of words to describe what the book is about, try to squeeze in the benefits like stress management with natural remedies and whatnot. I do think it's a little wordy. You probably could have worded this a lot better, but it's not the worst thing in the world, right? And also the title, Gut Health Guide for IBS, that is probably something that people could search on Amazon. So it has that, SEO element as well. So I do like that. You got 25 reviews with 4.9 average, which is good as well. So why is this book not selling? Well, probably because the cover is really, really bad, right? So the book cover is it looks very, very AI generated. Like this looks horrible. I don't even know what this is, to be honest. Like the ceiling light looks more like mushrooms going crazy over here. And this image of the table really isn't doing anything. So you basically got a, AI generated image and you use Canva to add text above and below it. And that is just not good enough. If you just scroll down a little bit here, these are your competition, right? Gut health for IBS. So, this book is selling 100,000 BSR. So it's, doing okay. And other books in similar topics are doing a lot better, right? But essentially your competition is creating books like these, like book covers like these. So you have to create something, on par with this. And this book cover is significantly worse. So what I do suggest you do is to hire a professional book cover designer. I will suggest you to use this one. She says business, nonfiction, and self-help. It's $35 for a book cover, so it's not too bad. Since you are in the health and wellness niche, I would suggest you contact her first to kind of confirm if she can do it. But, she has the design skills to kind of help you out with a lot of things. These are the samples. Some are mediocre, but some are really good like this one, right? So you do have to guide the designer still, right? It's not like she will completely handle everything. You still want to guide her on what kind of design you want. And what you should be doing is show the best-selling books of your competitors, right? And tell her these are the vibes of all my best-selling competitors, right? So I want something like this, not exactly the same. Don't just copy it, but get the vibe, model, the design, and then create something unique for us. So that is what I recommend. If she cannot do a health book, then just find someone else on Fiverr. You should be good to go there. If you want to try her out, I will leave a link in the description below. All right, next book is The Quest for the Stolen Diamond, Leo and Lolo. All right, so, this is a fiction book, right? So I'm reading the description here. It says a interactive action book for clever little snoopers. Clever little snoopers is a phrase that you're being too cute here. It's much better if you just describe, for kids, this age range, whatever, right? Which you say here. So the detective novel is for curious kids aged 6 to 10 years old who love a good mystery with a touch of spookiness and cliffhangers along the way. All right, so number one, I don't think this book cover is really good for kids 6 to 10 years old, right? But before we do that, the way you title the book, you really have to describe what the book is about, okay? And even for fiction books. So this one, you say here in the description, the detective novel book for curious kids age 6 to 10, right? You should put that right here in the subtitle. So the full title would be The Quest for the Stolen Diamond, a detective novel for curious kids aged 6 to 8. That would be a little better. Obviously, you can expand that, to make it even better from there. So that is the number one issue, is the title is way too vague. You have to be way more clear, because if your title doesn't really explain what the book is about or why people should read it, then they're just going to scroll past it. They're not even going to give you, the minute to read the description to learn more about the book, right? Unless your book cover is absolutely amazing, which this is not the case, right? So your book cover, once again, you got a AI generated image slapped onto a background, image that doesn't match with what you got going on here, with a, stock image of the diamond and a text above. So you most likely made this yourself on Canva, and that's cool. But really, once again, if you want to make big money with KDP, you need a professional book cover. And if you can make that on Canva yourself, that's amazing. But 9 times out of 10, people don't have the design skills to do so. And when you can just outsource, your book cover for, let's say, $10, $20, $30 and get something significantly better, then, if you are trying to do this as a business, that is probably a smart investment. So I'll leave a link to another Fiverr gig that can potentially do this. She does more fiction books as well. So this gig starts from $10. These are some of the samples. These are non-fiction books, but it looks pretty good. And here are some fiction books. So this is kind of a gory fiction that we have. And we also have this style as well. So try and communicate with the designer the style that you want. And if you're brand new to this and you don't even know what kind of style you should go for, for your book cover, then the best thing to do, once again, is to look up your topic and learn from the best-selling competitors that you have, right? So in your case, your topic is a detective novel for kids, or detective stories for kids. So I literally typed that in the search bar, and I get these ones popping up. This is the best-selling one, and it kind of has a Scooby-Doo kind of vibe to it, which probably is what you want to go for. Same as this one right here. I think the cover looks nice, although it's not selling too well, right? This is selling pretty good, and I think this fits the genre really, really well. So these are the covers that you want to go for, and tell that to the designer so she can create that for you. Our next book is the Dark Academia coloring book, Midnight Apothecary. So same thing, Midnight Apothecary doesn't really mean anything. Who is this book for, right? You should have put that, in the subtitle. As an example, Coco Rio, the most successful coloring book brand right now, they always have the same subtitle structure, which is, I think it was something like super cute coloring book for adults and teens, featuring animals hanging out, doing cozy scenes or something like that. So you can see that subtitle is way more descriptive. It tells you exactly what scenes it has, what characters, the adorable animals, and who it's for, which is adults and teens. So that is exactly what you want to do for your coloring book as well. Besides that, the next thing that pops up is your review ratio is bad, which means people aren't really happy with your book. If you go and take a look, these are the interiors. I'm curious if this is AI generated or not. Let's go and take a look why people aren't happy. And it looks like that's exactly the reason why, right? People are saying it's AI generated. There are a lot of AI issues like this. So because you have this issue and you get genuinely bad reviews because of that, I honestly think there's nothing you can do to fix this book, because even if you try to get more reviews, it's just going to be negative anyways. So you have to basically do a complete overhaul of the interior pages, basically recreating this book to where at that point you should just make a whole new book anyways, instead of trying to update and save this book. Now, I'm not against using AI for coloring books. I think AI is absolutely amazing. I use AI all the time. But the problem is you cannot just copy paste from AI because it has all those issues, right? So what you have to do is you have to go to Photoshop after you generate the images, and you have to fix those parts out so that there's no AI, issues, right? So if you cannot do that, yourself, if you don't have the Photoshop skills, then you can hire other people. Once again, we're going back to Fiverr. You don't have to necessarily use Fiverr, by the way. It's not like I'm, a Fiverr ambassador or anything like that, right? It's just Fiverr is easy. If you can find other people to do it for you, other sites, no problem. But if you do want to check this out, this gig will help you fix AI images. As you can see here, there's a lot of like before and after and whatnot. But, you have to do this for every single page. It's probably going to add up. Even though it is $5, per gig, you have to order multiple gigs because you have a lot of pages. So you can do that. Or if you don't want to do that, then you can also just hire a illustrator that can create hand-drawn coloring books for you instead of relying on AI. But either way, this is a quality of the book issue, and there's really nothing you can do. If your book gets genuine bad reviews, you really have to just solve that problem before you do anything else. Our next book is Radiant Affirmations, a coloring book of beautiful positivity. So the reason why this book is struggling to sell, my first thought is because there's no keyword in the title. So affirmations coloring book is actually a keyword. However, you separated that keyword and you put radiant affirmations in the title and you put a coloring book of beautiful positivity, right? What would have been better is if you put an affirmation coloring book for adults and teens to, embrace beautiful positivity, another benefit, stretch out the subtitle a little bit more, and then you have a cool title as well. Or maybe you can just keep Radiant Affirmations, a affirmation coloring book for adults and teens, and then continue, right? So that is how you can optimize the SEO balanced title, right? Which helps Amazon find your book and rank your book easier, but also it sounds nice. Okay, you want to do both. Now, the next thing, the book cover is pretty good, I would say. I like the color. I like colorful book covers because, Amazon has a white background, so colorful book covers stands out really nicely. I do think the title can be a little bigger, right? So you should have probably moved these surrounding elements more in the back and just had a bigger title that took up more space. I think that is the only change that I would make. Another option you could do is just straight up take your interior, right? Color it in, and then, just change this text right here to the title that you have. That's probably the best bet when it comes to coloring books. That's typically what people do with their book covers is take the best looking interior, color it in, and then they'll just put the title above it. Like these ones, right? So yours, is not really the interior. It's just a bunch of flowers. Well, these are the best-selling books, and you can see that that's exactly what they're doing. This is the interior, right? And also this is one of the interiors, I believe, and it's colored in, right? Partially. And they have the title here. So that's kind of the style that you want to do with coloring books. Now, if you need help with someone coloring in your coloring page, you can actually send this to a Illustrator and Fiverr. So you look up coloring book Illustrator and you just ask them like, how much would it cost you to fill out a page in color and create a book cover for me? So, that's something that you can negotiate with them, and then you can improve the book cover as well. But I think that would be my suggestion is since you have enough reviews, the review ratio is good, which means people are happy with the book, right? Next time, try and improve on the book title. Make sure that the keyword is there because then you will have more organic sales, but also, improve the book cover a little bit more. And then you can start running ads, do social media marketing, whatever marketing tactic. But first you have to improve the book listing because that'll make your marketing a lot easier. Our next book, Coloring Book Tribal Women's Beauty for Adults and Teens. Color and relax with 50 tribal women's pictures. All right, so is this AI? I'm not sure. I kind of have a feeling that it's AI, but so far your reviews are good, so that's the main thing. So you haven't made any sales, as you can see here, although this is in the Amazon Spanish market. I just switched to the Amazon US market, and I guess it's the same. You didn't make any sales. I do think the reason is because it's similar to the last book. You didn't keyword optimize this. Instead of saying, Coloring Book Tribal Women's Beauty, you should have called it, let's say like, Tribal Woman Coloring Book. I don't know if that's a keyword. You have to check what keywords people are searching for, right? So I typed in the topic tribal woman coloring book, and I am looking at what other books is on this topic and are they actually selling. And I don't see a single book that's on the topic of tribal woman coloring book selling, right? Because yours is literally the third book that pops up, and this other one here is also not selling at all. So this is a very typical pattern of you creating the book just from coming up with ideas from your head, but you didn't actually validate if that topic is something people are even looking for. Looking at this, there's no other books on this topic selling, which means there's not a lot of demand. So there's nothing you can do to improve sales if no one's really interested in the topic, right? Perhaps it's not discovered. Like, I think the design is cool, and I'm sure there's a niche market to it. So if you actually market it and show it to your target audience, then I feel like they might buy. But even with that, the niche is very small. So you're not gonna make a lot of money, right? So that's the thing. Make sure you validate the topic before you actually create the book on it. And if you need help on how to do every single step that I mentioned in this video, I do have a Amazon KDP coaching program, which is the first link in the description. You can click on it. It'll take you to a page like this. You can watch the video to learn more about it, and you can click this button to apply to a free call, right? And this free call is not a free coaching call. This is a free call to determine if our coaching program is a good fit for you. If we determine that it is a good fit, if you decide that it sounds good and you want to join, then you can join. And it comes with a complete Amazon KDP program, as well as one-on-one coaching, right? We literally will sit down with you one-on-one and check your keyword, check your title, check your cover. Basically what I've done here, but way more in depth. okay, to make sure that you're not messing up. Because, we noticed that if we just provide video courses, like most people will not get it. Even though the video course will kind of explain what to do, most people will still mess up, right? So that's why this extra eye on, checking exactly what you're doing and giving you pointers, we found is very, very helpful. And it's helping a lot of students. Students are, doing pretty well, right? So that is one. Also, you get group coaching calls, you get the community, you get a bunch of bonuses and this and that. So if you want to learn more about it, first off, this page, if you scroll down, it does talk about all the bonuses and, the actual course content, also all the testimonials, very, very few actually. It's not all of it, right? So just a portion of testimonials and whatnot. And if you're interested, once again, you can apply from here. But with that being said, hope you enjoyed this video. I will end it here, but we'll do it again. And hopefully we'll get to your book in 1 year from now or something. I don't know. But anyways, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.